Just for whoever's told it wouldn't be none. For the ones who fell in love with street money. For the love of the paper that keeps some. Who can't help but chase it, they just keep running. Heart full of hatred, they gon' keep gunning. Type to run through your shit and don't leave nothing. Or don't ever act like you don't need nothing. Then be quick to bite the hand that feeds you something. Cause you never know when you gon' need something. Pressure get applied on them, the heat coming. Pressure bust.
Alright, what's going on, people? It's your boy D Harley. And I'm here today with my co-host D Will, Heavy, Blanc, and Palmer. We're here today with the first official episode of the For the Win podcast. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Before we move on, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel below. You can also follow us on IG and TikTok at For the Win podcast, For the Win _podcast. The audios to these episodes will also be available on Apple Music and Spotify as well. So make sure you stay tapped in with the game. All right, so now that's all out the way. First thing we're going to talk about today is the division winners. So we got the NFC South up first, and I got the New Orleans Saints winning.
For the NFC South, I have the New Orleans Saints winning as well. Because the division is really young and they're the most veteran-oriented team.
I got the Buccaneers winning. I feel like they got everybody returning. They just got a question at quarterback. I feel like the O-line will get it together.
Jensen just went out for the year, though.
I feel like they'll get it together. They still got one of the best up-and-coming tackles in the game.
Jensen and Baker? No Jensen with Baker.
And we seen Baker win with the Browns. That's why I'm not too worried about it.
All right, Blanc.
I like the Saints as well. I got to go with the Saints.
All right, Palmer.
I'm going to go with Nola. I think y'all got the most talented team right now put together. So y'all got the most experienced team as well. So I think y'all be all right.
All right, okay.
Owner.
So we got what? 3 people with the Saints.
3 Saints, 1 Buccaneers.
1 Buccaneers. Gotcha. All right. Next up, we got the NFC North. I'm going to start it off. I got the Detroit Lions winning. Young team, but I think they'll be able to put it together. Definitely come conference time. What do you say, D-Will?
This conference was tough. It's between the Lions and Vikings, but I gave the edge to the Vikings. Yes, they lost Pat P, but they replaced him with Brian Murphy, so they'll be all right. They're not going to lose a step. Jordan Addison, he's going to replace Adam Thielen with no problem.
Jan?
I got Detroit Lions. I feel like what they're putting together is about to be something special. You know, same team. I feel like nobody.
I agree with James on that. Lions. I think the Lions are going to be a 10-win team. Jameson Williams coming back week 6. After that, with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs running back, I think they're going to be a 10-win team playoffs.
All right, Palmer.
You already know how I feel about that. I'm going with Chicago, baby. I'm going with Justin Fields and the crew. The reason, though, because, they made moves to improve and win now. DJ Moore, your boy TJ Edwards from Philly, Tremaine Edmonds. They got a good young crew in the secondary with Kyle Gordon, Taquan Johnson, the strong safety berserk. They still got Eddie Jackson. I think that this team is ready to improve now and win now.
I got a question.
The division got weaker. No Aaron Rodgers. The Vikings, they got Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, but that defense is real weak. I think they got a good, complete team. I like the Lions, too. They're talented, but I think the talent that Justin Fields will show this year, he's going to make a big jump. And so will this team.
I have yet to see him be able to throw the ball down the field.
Who gets pressure for the Chicago Bears? You got all that secondary with no pressure. Them coming for 10 hours, not going to work.
Hey, man.
That's why I don't think they're ready yet.
They got a young crew up front. They're going to have to work. The Lions, you got Aiden Hutchinson. Who else? Who's their linebackers?
Like I said, who gets pressure? Who's in D-line?
One man going to be a
One
wrecking
man's
crew?
better than that whole D-line.
We'll see.
Like I said, they have to prove themselves.
One man could correct something.
All I'm saying is collectively, the Bears defense are better than the Lions defense. Are they not? Name somebody in the secondary.
I disagree.
Definitely on the back end. Definitely on the back
I
end.
don't think so.
Who's in the secondary that's
They got Branch and they have Tracy Walker and they have C.J. Gardner.
Brian Branch.
They got
He's hurt.
Yes.
too.
We definitely have
CJ's
to see
hurt.
what Brian Branch got to bring to the table.
And they got Tracy Walker. Tracy Walker's been starting there for a while. He can play.
and all that collectively is better than the Lions secondary.
Yeah.
Eddie Jackson, a Pro Bowler.
Yes.
Okay.
Nah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, so you said you got the Bears. You said you got the
Lions.
Lions. I got the Lions. You said you had the
Vikings.
the Vikings, and you had
The Lions.
the Lions. Okay. All right. Next up, we got the NFC West. I'm gonna start it off, and I'm gonna go. Even without Nick Bosa, we don't know what his contract situation going to be like. I'm still taking the 49ers. Still shaky on how I feel about Brock Purdy coming back with that elbow injury, but I think they'll be able to make some noise.
How I feel is I want to say the 49ers, but Nick Bosa not playing makes a big difference for me. I don't think they're a whole 4 wins bet in Seattle. If Nick Bosa missed 4 games, that's Seattle division. But to give an answer, I'm going to say the 49ers because I don't think he's going to miss more than 3 games for real.
James?
I'm picking the 49ers. That's if only if Bosa's playing. If he's not playing, Seattle wins the division.
All right, Blanc?
I'm going to go with Seattle. I think this is collectively probably the worst division of football this year as far as quarterback play goes. But Seattle has the best young talent on their team, and I think Seattle's going to take it.
Palmer?
I'm going to go with the 49ers with or without Nick Bosa. I still think they got the most talented team on paper in that division. But, yeah, I don't think Nick Bosa will miss more than 3 games at that. So
I mean, the D-line is still solid without him.
I mean,
They're not pass rushers.
yeah, they're not pass rushers, but Javon Hargrave. But to me, that what stands out for them is those linebackers, Fred Warner and Greenlaw, arguably the best tandem duo linebackers in the NFL right now. And they still got Hufanga back there, with Tre'Davious Ward, and a few others are pretty solid. So I think they'll be all right. That defense runs with Nick Bosa, but I think they'll still be fine regardless.
Time Nick Bosa didn't play, that team didn't make the playoffs, by the way.
Who was the quarterback?
Jimmy G.
I was about to ask a quick thing. What do y'all think about the offensive side of the ball?
Offenses stay the same as Kyle Shanahan.
How y'all feel about Brock, though? You think Brock going to play as good as he did last year?
Yeah.
Hold it down.
He's gonna get at least 9 wins.
I feel like people got film on him. It's not going to be the same.
Hey, I was about to say that same thing too. With a whole year's worth of film now, I think is going to be a little tougher. But I think he'll still be able. Like I said, they'll win the division.
You can't necessarily say that though because he did walk them through the playoffs last year.
But that was the first time they ever seen him play that year. I mean, you can go off the last.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, you can teams can go off through the previous tape that he got from other teams, but that's not really a lot to work with Kyle Shanahan. That can switch up any other game. So with a full year of tape on him, I think everybody in the league, okay, this is what he like to do.
So what you're saying that with Trey Lance gone, you think we're gonna see Sam Darnold? How early do you think we'll see Sam Darnold? If we see him at all?
I don't think it's gonna be early. I really don't think we'll see him at all unless Brock Purdy gets hurt or it's a complete catastrophe with that team offensively with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has to come out and just be point blank terrible.
The 49ers stars do have an injury history. That is one thing that scares me about their offense. You got Deebo Samuel. Did he play a full season yet?
I know you had the hamstring
Then you got
last year.
CMC. You know the story about that one.
Right.
George Kittle. We know the story about that one.
George Kittle dealing with a groin injury right now as we speak. So
yeah.
So it's if they stay healthy, they will be all right. But once they start losing pieces and it comes on Brock, they're going to struggle.
And that's the crazy thing with CMC having the lingering injuries and Elijah Mitchell having the lingering injuries. And so, all right. So I think we got a clear head on that. All right. So we got the last division in the NFC. We got the NFC East. I'm going to start it off. I'm going to say I got the Eagles. I feel like they just keep getting they keep reloading with more talent, more talent. I think Jalen Carter gonna make a big leap early, and I think they're gonna be able just to put it together. I like the addition of DeAndre Swift, and I just feel like he's gonna complement Jalen Hurts real well. So that's who I got. Dion.
I got the Eagles as well, sadly, but they definitely have the best offseason in the division. So I mean, it's not like you said. It's not the Eagles got better, and it was already better than last year. And no one else had a better offseason than the Eagles, so in their division. So I have to painfully give it to the Eagles.
Right.
Y'all know I'm rocking with Philly. I'm rocking with Philly. Come on now.
All right,
All right. So if you're looking at each roster spot within this division, you have to give it to the Cowboys. Cowboys collectively have the best player in each position. Granted, Jalen Hurts is better than Dak. Jalen Hurts is better than Dak. I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to be the same as he was last year.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick. So you're saying that CD is either better than Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown, and Brandon Cooks is either better than either one of them. And then you're saying that Tony Pollard is better than DeAndre Swift.
I would say Cowboys are going to put it together. I would say Cowboys are going to put it together better than the Eagles are.
Where?
How you gonna say
Have
that?
been.
Where?
Eagles don't have an elite pass rusher like Micah.
And he can't do nothing. No, and he has to line up on Lane Johnson.
Hey, Eagles
He has to line up on Lane Johnson.
Eagles don't have an elite corner like Diggs.
Man, come on. No, we're not about to do
Let me
We're not
rephrase.
about
Let me
to do that.
rephrase. Let me
We're not about to
rephrase.
do that.
Eagles don't have a corner that's better than Diggs.
Darius Slay is not
Slay.
better than
Diggs is better than Darius Slay.
That's
We not-
close. That's close.
We're not gonna sit here and act like
We're not
Diggs.
about to do that.
Diggs.
We're not about to do
We're
that.
not.
We're not
Diggs
about to
led
do
the
that.
league in
We're
interceptions.
not
What,
about
a
to
year
do-
ago? 2 years ago?
And gave up a lot of
2 years ago?
But there's also context with that. He did have the most interceptions, but he also gave up the most receiving yards to anybody.
That's a subjective
by
stat.
cornerback.
There's blown coverages. You can't just say, okay, this is all on him. You have to put yourself in a position to make interceptions. I'd rather give up 1,000 yards and have 12 interceptions than have 6 interceptions and give up 400.
No, for you to say that they're better than us at every position, no.
Dallas
No.
Goedert is better than tight end.
And we seen
Who is
But-
there? I don't even know their tight end, but
and we
you got Dallas Goedert. Wow.
not even that. And
Dallas
we-
Goedert is
and-
better
and-
than
and we
Schultz.
see in the first game when Parsons went up against Lane Johnson, that defense couldn't do anything. They were helpless.
You act like Parsons not still on a rookie deal. He's growing.
What is that supposed to-
He is still
What is that supposed to mean?
he's still better than anybody on Eagles D line. What I'm saying is Cowboys are going to put it together this year and win this division.
What does him being better than anybody on our D line? He still has to go against Lane Johnson.
Right.
I'm saying he's still progressing. He's still growing. He's still getting better. What we see is not Micah Parsons' ceiling. He's still getting better.
But completely-
and at this point,
completely as a team.
he's already better.
Completely as a team, you're basically putting one man that's gonna stop a whole team. Like I know he's able to make plays and change the game, but that team is dominant. That offense is dominant. That's why coaches.
Now, granted-
That's why coaches game plan.
Okay, granted, it is going to be a close division. I think Cowboys take that division this year.
How you
So-
feel about Dak
so-
Prescott
so-
and them interceptions?
Hey, listen, I'm not high on Dak Prescott. Now they have a good. I'm high on Trey Lance, though. They have a good backup in Trey Lance. Dak Prescott.
Why are you high on Trey Lance?
Listen, Dak Prescott. If he can stay healthy, I think Cowboys win the
Okay.
division.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, Palm.
I'm not big on Dak. Y'all know that. He's not. I don't think his talent is there to really carry that team. In my opinion, they're trying to build it to where that he doesn't have to do much, but it still falls on him. I mean, Tony Pollard is going to be a good running back in my opinion, but like I said, he's not a bell cow. So
I think that's for them. I think that's probably the weakest position on the team because he's still dealing with an injury.
I mean,
He go down. Literally, Deuce Vaughn is the next man up.
I mean, from what I'm seeing and hearing, that Tony is completely healthy, but the way the team is up to me is that they're going to rely on Dak even more, and we've seen in the past that has not worked out great for him. So
They're going to pass the ball. you don't pay somebody and not let them pass the ball.
As long as they don't
Yeah.
keep him in the pocket like he Tom Brady, they should be fine.
But I mean, but that's not what he originally was, though.
He's a runner. He was a runner for
Right.
Mississippi State.
So
He made him a
exactly.
pocket passer. Last year he didn't.
But I mean, but with that being said, though, I do got Philly
Okay.
for that division. I mean, I think it's hands down. They do have the best team from top to bottom, in my opinion. They are talented. They bringing everybody back. I mean, the only thing that kind of is a question mark for them is linebackers. They lost T.J. Edwards. They lost C.J. in the secondary. But I think those positions can be filled. Their front still good. You still got Fletcher Cox and the boy. You got Jalen Carter coming up. You got Nolan Smith.
Crazy
You
rotation.
got Hassan Reddick and the
Josh
boy.
Sweat, Derek Barnett.
Hey.
Crazy rotation.
The list
in
goes.
and out.
The list goes on. So they're going to rely on that front for real. But
Okay.
yeah, they still got a good team. I mean, Jalen Hurts. I mean, they just added everything for Jalen Hurts to be more successful. They added a weapon in DeAndre Swift. He's a really good running back. I mean, he can tote the
I
rock
just run though.
and the passing.
When Michael Parsons needs a break, who do you rely on that defense, LeBlanc?
DeMarcus Lawrence.
You like how he been playing?
One bad year don't make a player bad.
One.
All right. So I guess we got a conclusion on that. So we got 4 Eagles. We got 1 Cowboy.
But I will say one thing about that division, though. I think it's going to be real close. I think that's probably the best division in football outside of the AFC North.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, y'all know how I feel about Washington. Like, I really love that defense.
I think it'll be close on the back end, like 2 through 4.
It's always
Like,
close with Cowboys. It's always a good game. They're a good team. It's going to always be close. But to say that they're better than us in every position group, no, you can't say that.
all right. So we got that.
Hold on, wait. Let me read because I never said that. Now you putting words in my mouth. I
You
never
did-
said
you did say that.
I
It's on
said
camera.
they can put it together better.
No, you
they gonna
said-
put it together.
You
better.
said
I
they're
wouldn't
better
say-
at positions.
on camera.
Okay, if I did say that, I want to rephrase. I'm
Caught
gonna
in
say
4K.
I'm
in 4K.
gonna say they're gonna put it together better.
What together though? Like, what are they putting together?
They're off. Listen, they're gonna put it together better than Eagles.
So you're
are
saying
this
you
year.
believe in Dak Prescott more than Jalen Hurts?
Listen, I don't care too much for Dak Prescott. I'm talking about all the weapons around him.
It's gonna come down to quarterback
It's
play.
gonna come
you know
down
the
to-
NFL. It's always come down to the quarterback.
Not always.
Who do you believe
Not
in?
always.
And even in
No.
that market, I don't see them handing the keys to Trey Lance, even if Dak plays bad.
Dak get hurt. Trey Lance come in and win games. Trey Lance gonna get the keys.
Didn't they keep Cooper Rush? on
They
the
did
roster?
keep Cooper Rush, and he's
So
shown
is
that
Trey
he
Lance
can.
even the sure backup right now, or is
They
he
haven't-
third string?
We'll see.
Trey Lance.
You know, Cooper. Who was the backup to Dak last year? That came in and
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
4-0.
I believe they cut him.
See? No, I think
I didn't see-
Cooper Rush on the
Yeah,
roster.
I didn't see anything with him being cut.
I think
They cut somebody from that.
They cut Will Greer.
yeah,
that-
because
they
he
cut
came to
Will-
Cincinnati.
yeah, they cut Will
that's
Greer.
what they cut because
Yeah.
I remember Dak was they showed a press conference with him asking him about how he felt about the Trey Lance thing, and he was kind of aggravated about it. I mean, he was upset that they cut Will Greer, and Will Greer did a good job last year for them. But I mean, you can clearly see that he's bothered by it. He wasn't told about it, so I think that.
He bothered by the competition.
I mean, respectfully though, I mean, you bring somebody of
You got to step your
not
game
high
up.
capital,
You got to step your game
high
up.
draft capital in your QB room. That's saying that okay, like yeah, you the guy, but still like there's something to remind her that if you don't,
He's on a short leash.
he is. So
Especially the Trey Lance, who was everybody was thinking he was going to be the starter.
As of right now, Trey Lance is third in the depth chart.
I mean, he just got there, but we know if Dak does what he does, mess
They
him
got
up.
Kellen Moore now, don't they?
No, he's
No, they
Kellen
lost
Moore's
Kellen Moore.
in San Diego.
They
I mean, Chargers.
They blamed him.
yeah, they did blame him and shipped him out. So
Okay.
He deserves some of that blame, though. I'm gonna act like he didn't deserve that blame.
No, he doesn't. No,
Bro, why is Dak in the pocket not using his legs at all?
I mean, as you could see, people was open. He made bad reads.
Granted, that is true. Was
Bad
play to his strengths though. Dak has good legs.
You're saying play to the screens. Like, I mean, you have to make a read if somebody's open.
I don't know if y'all remember, but I think the clear like this is like the clear game to me that I was saying like that Dak is not performing to what he's supposed to was against the 49ers. He made
with that bad throw down.
yeah,
the
he
seam,
made a lot of bad reads. Dallas respectfully could have won that game for real.
They had the game.
They respectfully they had that game and he made bad decisions to put them out of it.
Right.
I mean, he was playing an elite defense. His probably was rust more than his timer in his head was probably more rust. He playing against Nick Bosa in the crew. He a little little sped up.
I'm not giving him that.
I got you. All right, so let's switch gears. Let's cross over and go to the AFC. So, let's start with the AFC East. I think I'm going to go with the Jets. I am going to go with the Jets. I feel like the play of Aaron Rodgers is going to be a big factor in whether or not they win a lot of games. The addition of Dalvin Cook, I think that's a good addition, especially with Breece Hall still coming off the ACL injury. I really am. I want to see what they do with when they field with Corey Davis. I want to see who they go put there. I don't know if they're going to do with Alan Lazar, but I want to see who they put there. Defensively, I feel like the D line is great. The D line
rotation.
The D line is great. In the back end, we know who they got on the back end. But I feel like the Jets gonna. I don't feel like they overtake the division. I feel like they squeak by the Bills, and win the division. So that's what I'm going with, Dion.
I respect your Jets take, but I disagree. The O-line's in shambles. Until they fix that, everything you just said don't even matter to me. That is cool. They get Aaron Rodgers, but he 38. He ain't about to be running for his life. That ain't it.
Ran for his life in Green Bay, and that's why he left because the team wasn't quote unquote good enough.
That's why he tagged David Bakhtiari on Instagram and all that. With that being said, I'm going Buffalo Bills. It's still their division. I don't believe in Tua in the crew because Tua health is always a problem. Right now, he got his head off his shoulders right now. And the Jets, the O-line, I'm not feeling it. Yes, Buffalo, no Von Miller for the first couple games. That scares me. I'm not going to lie. But the Dolphins and Jets don't move me enough to put them over Buffalo yet.
That's how I feel about the Bills. I'm not feeling them. They did not improve whatsoever throughout this offseason. They made no moves. Nothing improved. Their biggest thing is their pass rushing. Von Miller is getting older as we speak.
4 games.
And he's coming off a major injury.
Yeah.
Ed Oliver, not it. The young dude Gregory, not it. They have nothing.
He's coming on. Give him time.
I don't know.
No.
The way they drafted him high like that, he's supposed to be balling now.
You don't have when you're in contention to win a championship. They don't have time to wait.
So my question is, who do y'all have beating them in that division though?
The AFC East, I feel like this is going to be the most difficult division.
Right.
And,
Who do Buffalo got on the back end? Tre'Davious Ward,
Teron Johnson. You got Micah Hyde, Jordan Pryor. That's their strength in the defense. That's their secondary.
Overrated. All of them.
I feel like this division could go either way. I wouldn't sleep on the Patriots either. They have a good defense too.
So who you going with? If you had to choose.
It's a toss up. I can't pick anybody.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, you got to give us one.
We don't.
Gotta give us one.
If you was leaning towards somebody a little bit, who would it be?
I cannot do it.
Can't do it?
Every team every team has a major flaw that scares me.
All right, so if you can't give
the Buffalo, the defense.
They lost Tremaine Edmonds. They didn't replace him.
The defense is
right.
question mark. The offense is question mark because I feel like that Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen thing is way bigger than what people
right
exactly, and they didn't
than what they're letting out.
And they didn't bring nobody else in to improve or take that load off of Stephon Diggs. I mean, they got Gabriel Davis, but I mean,
when it's
he's okay.
My question is,
to make a play, he doesn't.
Who improved enough to all right, Buffalo is. I understand they did regress. I understand that, but who improved over there other than Jets? That O-line is a big question mark for me.
That's what
the Dolphins.
That's what, and I can't.
Jalen Ramsey hurt though.
And I can't.
So January,
but still, that's still an improvement, and their defense is still better than Buffalo, even with Jalen out right now.
They're still going to be in the same position. Can you trust Tua? One hit, I'm scared for him.
They don't have no running back right now.
Raheem Mostert
is going to be the starter, and it's the same thing every year with him. It's the same thing.
But is there a big gap between Devin Singletary. Not even Devin Singletary. It's
James Cook
Cook and Damian Harris now. Is that a big gap between them three right now?
Yeah, it's not a. That's why running backs for Miami is not the concern. It's Tua.
Yeah.
Somebody who's just falling on the ground, hits his head,
And who's the backup?
and he has a concussion.
Because Teddy not there.
Teddy B not there no more.
Teddy is in Detroit.
Detroit, yeah.
So,
Wearing number 50.
Skylar?
Yeah.
Change.
Is it still Skylar?
I think it's still Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I mean,
But I just feel like the weapons are just way better than
they have weapons, but Tua is getting hurt from literally getting pushed on the ground, and his head hits that ground.
That's it.
Now he's concussed.
Yeah.
Like,
And
that's
they're
a
gonna
problem.
be staying on top of that.
Yeah, that's a
regardless.
problem. I mean, but I just feel like I got Miami ahead of the Bills.
All right, Blanc, who you got?
Jets.
Jets. All right, so James, I got a question. So you never gave us one. If you had to choose two, who would it be?
If I chose two, it would be Miami and the Jets.
So everything you just said about Tua being pushed over, you think that if Tua went down, if Tua happened to go down, you think they got a chance?
No, they don't have.
So
a chance.
even with Tua, you think they got a better chance than the Jets,
Yes.
than the Bills?
Yes.
So if he doesn't get injured, Miami wins the division this year.
Yes. If he doesn't get injured, Miami may be.
They won the division last
Talking
year.
about his playing, like he's the best quarterback in the division. You think?
No.
No, he's not the best quarterback in the division.
Is he the second best quarterback in the division?
No, he's the third best quarterback in the division.
So you still think they're gonna win? In a quarterback-driven lead, you still think they're gonna win the division with Tua
just because
healthy?
you're the best,
So you don't think Buffalo got enough weapons to beat them?
they don't.
They don't.
We seen it last year.
So Miami gonna beat Buffalo twice this year.
It doesn't matter if they beat them twice. We see when you have to win in the playoffs, we see it over and over. Like, it's not enough. What Buffalo has is not enough.
We talking about the division
agree.
right now. That's regular season.
All right. So James got
So James got
Miami.
Miami.
I got Buffalo.
yeah.
I got the Jets and the Jets.
Jets.
Okay.
Originally, I did have the Jets doing, but I changed to Miami. I think the offensive line is a big question mark for the Jets, and also I feel like the weapons aren't really like scare me because I mean you got Garrett Wilson in the second year. He is upcoming star. He's good, but you got senior citizen Randall Cobb,
Alan Lazard,
injury prone,
Miko Harmon.
Miko Harmon.
injury prone.
Come off an injury. Yeah, he come off an injury.
Yeah.
I
Dalvin
don't want to
Cook.
say injury prone. He had one bad year.
Who's the tight end over there?
Tight end? You got Uzama and there's somebody else. They got two tight ends. Conklin, I think.
Okay.
Tyler
All right.
Conklin.
Okay. So we got
They got
we
two
got
tight
that. All right. So that was the AFC East. Let's do the AFC South. This was. I feel like it's a toss up, but I feel like the Colts are at the bottom, and I'm taking the Jags, but I think it'll be closer than we think between the Jags and the Titans, but I'm taking the Jags. I just feel
What
like.
do you mean? What do you mean by that?
What you mean?
You think Titans are gonna be in contention for winning the division?
I think if they figure out that quarterback thing, but I don't even think they're gonna rely on the quarterback as much. I mean, we know what they do. They turn around and hand the ball off. I feel like the Colts are gonna be the last. I feel like the Jags are gonna be the first. I'm going with the Jags, but I think it's gonna be closer with the Jags and Titans than we think it is. I'm still shaky on Houston. So I got them coming in third, but I got the Jags winning.
The AFC South is probably the worst division in football. We're going to start there, and I got the Jags winning it. Like, Tennessee quarterback problems, yet, but I do think Titans not going to be as bad as people think because D-Hop won't make an impact because it's D-Hop. I don't think D-Hop is terrible, by the way.
I think he takes a big load off of, and he's gonna be a mentor to Burks.
Yeah,
He's gonna be a mentor to Burks.
Boy, I got the Jags winning.
But yeah, me too. Yeah.
I got Tennessee winning the division.
Is it because of the D-line?
Yeah,
I figured.
I like their defense better.
Yeah, that front seven is good. The boy got
Does
still
Jeffrey
got good
Simmons,
linebackers as well.
Does he figure it out this year? Because last year he kind of fell off.
Who?
Jeffrey Simmons. He fell off a little bit last year.
Did he fall off?
2 years ago?
compared to 2 years ago, yeah, he did.
But that team in general had a funny year last year.
Harold Landry got hurt on top of that last year.
Yeah.
Is he? I'm not sure if he's fully back, but we'll see how they do together.
What are they gonna do on the outside is the real question.
That's the question mark for Tennessee.
That's the
Ain't
yeah.
nothing out there.
I mean, they got some young corners, but they're gonna have to prove themselves. But they still got Bird and at their free safety, so they'll be all right.
Kevin Byard, they'll be all right free safety, but last time we seen the corners, Christian Folk and AJ Brown pushed him over with no problem. We had a day on him.
I mean, that was more of a vendetta game.
I understand what you're saying.
I felt like we
But
went into that game. We're gonna embarrass them with AJ Brown. I just felt like that was just gonna happen. Period.
Okay, so Blanc, what you got?
Trevor Lawrence will be a top 5 quarterback this year, and Jaguars are taking.
Top 5.
You say he will or won't?
He will be a top
Okay.
5 quarterback this year. Jaguars are taking.
Keep the receipts.
Yeah.
Mark it, clip it.
Clip it.
Trevor Lawrence, top 5.
All right,
I like
Palmer.
it.
All right, I thought it was gonna be easier, but
We don't know enough about this division. Like we know the bad. We don't know the.
we don't really know the
We
good.
don't really know the good.
But the good, if we do know the good in context, it is Jacksonville. The only thing that's a question mark for them, for real, is that young defensive line. I mean, Josh Allen, he's cool. I think he's good, but
And Buddy from Georgia.
Trayvon Walker,
Yeah, he can.
not looking too good.
number 1 overall.
They drafted a lot of young players on that defense and they're not proven to be.
Devin Lloyd's there, right?
Yeah.
He didn't have a good season. That's the disappointment because he was the best linebacker coming out of this draft in my opinion. Because the way he was playing at Utah, and I think that he was going to be the real difference maker for that team. Because all he got to do is just supposedly flow sideline to sideline. Because he's a great athlete. But yeah, I was really disappointed in that. But the secondary is straight with Campbell and the folks. So I think they'll be all right. But that big question mark is that front seven. Will the young crew improve?
Josh Allen has yet to make that leap.
So you going with Jacksonville?
I am going with Jacksonville because of the weapons on offense.
All right. So what do y'all think? Does anything change if Jonathan Taylor decides to play?
Oh, you already know how I feel about my boy JT.
I don't-
But no, nothing changes really because it's still.
Are they
better Houston.
are they still the worst team in the division?
Oh no! If Jonathan Taylor is playing, they arguably could be second. But that's just the sheer talent,
But
and I'm a little biased.
They could win. Their main problem last year was their old linemen not performing. And
They were injured though.
It was head scratchers. But Quentin Nelson was playing in.
But
He
even
wasn't playing the best.
That was a bad season for him too. But I think that they didn't have
And Shaquille Leonard
didn't play. He was
Yeah.
out the whole year.
they don't have no. But
and they feet
I'm
right now.
not sold on Michael Pittman. And
He has back injury.
even with him, they don't have any help. I'm not sold on Alec Pierce either.
Alec Pierce.
I
sold.
like the receiver.
I think Pierce came out strong.
I like the receiving group for them. I'm a big fan of Michael Pittman, and I think Alec Pierce is going to be good for them as well. But
My
the question
thing
mark
is,
is still
with
quarterback.
no running game. With no running game,
Or with no running game, they
Anthony Richardson is the running game now.
right?
for right now. But I mean, looking at it,
That is not set.
yeah, the offense is not
Go back and pass the ball.
set. And then I mean, they're going to really have to depend on Anthony Richardson legs and see if he can really throw the ball to get it to Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce. And then they got good tight ends, 2 good tight ends at that. So
Right.
I mean, they're still third to me. They could be last because I think that Houston might be a little surprised to everybody that they can really win some games, but we'll see.
Okay. All right. So that's the AFC South. Let's go AFC North.
The bias.
And
It's time.
Yeah, the bias.
time.
I think
The bias.
It's time.
I think this may
Hold on,
this may
before
be
we
the
start, let's just be honest during this one, okay? Let's just be honest of who's gonna really win.
You saying let's be
no
honest?
bias. No
Last time
bias.
we had
bias.
a conversation, you said something wild.
no,
no
bias.
bias.
No bias.
No
All right.
bias? Okay.
So
I could be no bias.
I'm not going with either three of y'all. I'm going with the Ravens. I'm going with the Ravens. Lamar he has something to prove. And
Yeah, it's on the prove
we
last
see-
year.
we
It's on
see-
the prove the last 2
I think he's
years.
going to be the difference. We've seen everybody get the money, and they play like crap. But I think he'll probably be. Well, that's different. That's a different tier. But I think, I think he got his contract. He got that out the way. He got some more weapons.
What are you going to do on the defensive side of the ball?
They lost a lot.
Right.
They got Patrick Queen.
And then they
We lost Calais Campbell.
What's the other linebacker they got now?
They have Roquan
Roquan
Smith.
Roquan Smith.
Roquan Smith.
They have, but that's not going to make that D line play.
You lost
better.
Marcus Peters.
You lost Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey is
He's hurt.
out for like the first like 4 to 6 weeks.
Calais Campbell's gone now.
That defense is shaky.
And they lost Chuck Clark.
Right. But I'm going strictly off. Yeah, they lost those pieces on defense, but I think it'll be a lot of high score games.
No, you. Have
I think it'll be a lot of high score
You're
games.
going against good defenses. Pittsburgh,
Right. Okay.
Bengals.
Okay.
And on paper, the
Bengals-
Browns
What?
defense
Bengals
is
has a
supposed to
good
be like that.
defense. The Bengals have a good
Top
defense.
5?
Top
Top
five.
5 defense?
Nah.
Kind of pushing it.
Statistically,
And then
top
I'm
5. We talk about numbers. Top 5
Then you're
defense.
playing-
Kinda
and for
pushing
you
it.
to say it's going to be a shootout, Lamar has to. Yes, that offense looks good, but he has to be able to throw the ball.
And I think he will be able to throw the ball.
I'm not a.
And all in other words, like I'm not sold. I think he has a better year, but I'm not sold on Kenny Pickett. He definitely has a better year.
Hating.
No. And I don't and
But that's the thing.
Joe Burrow,
But that's the thing. They don't have to rely on Kenny Pickett. He doesn't have to sit there and throw 30 passes a game or whatever.
They do got Najee Harris.
I
They got
understand.
Najee.
I do
got
understand. I do understand your point of view, D. But the way I view the Ravens is that they added weapons, but in all actuality, did they really? They added Odell, but he's coming off of a major injury, so it's still a question mark if he's still going to produce or does he still got it. You got Rashad Bateman. He's losing his spot of the rotation.
yeah.
He's not
Flowers a
performing,
rookie.
and they're really banking on Zay Flowers to be an impact player right off the back. The only thing they got only weapon they got that's like guaranteed is Mark Andrews.
Isaiah Lucky's coming on though.
Yeah, he's a good
He's
piece.
coming on.
But if Lamar Jackson's not coming out,
I feel like the way they're going, they're trying to have more of a passing offense than that run heavy style that they did in the past.
with the change of offensive coordinator, that is leaning. It is leaning that way.
Purpose of a 2 tight end set now. I felt like when the running offense, when it was real heavy, yes, that 2 tight end set would have been real nice. But I feel like now when they're trying to pass the ball,
I don't think he would have been good because likely he's not a blocking threat. He's not a great blocker. He's definitely more so on the receiver side of being a tight end. He's not a great blocker.
but you don't.
He ain't Mark Andrews at the same time.
Yeah.
But he's not. They're not going to rely on him necessarily for blocking though.
Right.
But you're in them 2 tight end sets. Those tight ends are going to get open because people are going to be stacked up to the box looking to stop the run.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a easy release. He's going to be on somebody who's smaller than him or whatnot.
We got 2 tight ends. You take a receiver off the field too.
Exactly. But I'm going with the Ravens. That's just my first prediction for the year. That's what I'm going with. The other 2 teams that I believe in, I mean, they're good. The Bengals are good. The Steelers are good, but I'm gonna slide with Lamar this year.
All right, is it my turn?
It's your turn.
This is no bias. I sat here and thought about it.
Here we go.
And the way I look at our schedule versus y'all schedule, y'all have the harder schedule. I understand we're in the same division, but they gave y'all all the Chiefs and all that. Y'all got all that on y'all schedule.
It's not hard.
Cap. Anyway, so I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers to win the division and surprise the world because of the schedule.
Talk to him.
All you gotta do is look at our schedule and y'all understand what I'm saying. And plus, Kenny Pickett's taking that year 2 jump.
Woo!
We already split we split last year.
Jalen Hurts
crazy.
2.0. I feel it.
That's crazy.
Hey, look, we split last year already.
Feel it.
Listen.
And we split last year. And we got better from last year.
Okay.
What Deion Sanders say? We coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Kenny Pickett will get 2 wins in the AFC North this year.
All right, here we go. We're going
Both
to
of
skip.
them-
Let's go.
both-
Clip it.
Both of them.
Clip it.
Can we clip
Both
that?
of them from the Browns. both of them from the Browns.
Clip it.
2 wins in the
Clip
division.
it. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Clip it.
2 wins in the
Both of them.
division. That's tough.
I can't wait for my turn.
It's all
All
good.
right, Blanc, let's go Blanc.
I got y'all second.
go ahead,
I got y'all
James.
second.
We
Go ahead,
ain't
James.
gonna
Go
skip
ahead,
James.
James.
Go
All
ahead,
right, come on, James.
I got the Pittsburgh Steelers.
My boy.
And I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. When TJ Watt is on that field, that team is different. He brings energy.
You bring that dog out.
When they see that defense turning up, that offense is gonna turn up.
I got a question though. That was the same thing you said for the Cowboys. So what happens when TJ come off the field?
Oh, we got a rotation though. We ain't Dallas. We got a
Yeah,
rotation.
and what's the other end?
Who?
Highsmith.
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 Yes, he's good.
Our rookie
Alex
Nick-
Highsmith.
Who?
I said
Who is that?
You're saying
Who is that?
You're
Who?
Wait on it. I can't wait for my
Who?
No one on your team has more sacks than him last year. No one on your team had more sacks than him last year.
You're
Who?
saying who?
He was top 10 in sacks last year. Are you good?
Alex
Congratulations for what? To not make the playoffs?
What did y'all do?
Make
What
the playoffs with
and do
AFC
what?
champions.
And do
Alex-
what?
See, we talking about in this and do what?
Okay.
We were at the dance.
But,
you were at home.
but check.
They do what?
But,
You
were
same
at
thing.
home.
Hold on. If you ain't first, you're
home.
last.
If you ain't first,
At
then
home.
last.
but check this.
So y'all been last for the past 15
Yup.
years.
Yup, so it was. We wasn't first. Wasn't first.
Hey,
So
hey,
Palmer, if you're not first then you last, what changes for y'all?
What changes for us?
it's TJ Watt.
Hey,
He was
man.
there. He was there last year.
Hey,
Was he
wait,
last? He missed-
wait,
he
wait,
missed
Was he
till
there last year?
Wait
The
till
year
it gets to
before?
me. Wait till it gets to me.
22 and a
bro.
half sacks.
Hey, wait
If you're not
wait till it gets
first,
to me.
then
We
you're
won
last.
last
I
year.
said we was last. I
We
said
won
we
last
Hey,
year.
hey,
We had
yeah,
four
we
picks.
was last. Yeah, we
Four
last.
picks.
If
You
you,
barely
if
beat
you
us.
ain't win the bowl, you're last.
This is
Right.
this is why I don't have the Bengals. I don't like the way. To me, I feel like Joe Burrow doesn't know how to finish a game off. They let people hang in. Mark my words, Joe Burrow is a top 5 quarterback. Yes, he has the talent, but I feel like when he plays, he doesn't know how to finish them
LeBlanc,
off.
you making that face, but that is the truth
I feel
because
like-
y'all had in that AFC Championship last year. Y'all
But
had
what
the
about
Chiefs.
but
beat.
what about the 3 times that he did win?
What he's
Even
never-
though
when they're
3-1 against
but-
your GOAT,
but check
Patrick
it,
Mahomes.
But check it in the
That didn't lead to no
in
ring.
the regular season. You could say they got lucky.
That didn't lead to a ring.
Lucky.
They
Did
got
that- did-
a lot
did-
of-
What do you mean? We were supposed to be number one
Did
seed in the
that did that
AFC
have
North
anything to do
until
with
the
Burrow?
DeMar Hamlin
He
game.
didn't do what he needed to do and finish the game.
He didn't.
Yes,
Against
he
who?
did.
He made mistakes down the stretch
Yes,
in that third
like I
quarter.
said,
He
that-
did not have
those-
protection.
I'm telling you, those are problems that keep
changed?
on recurring.
Yes, it changed. What do you mean?
Who did y'all add?
Orlando Brown. What do you mean? Layout Collins was
Orlando
hurt.
Brown's not a good pass blocker. He's a good run blocker.
listen,
He's a great run blocker.
He blocked his ass off for Patrick
So-
Mahomes all them years.
So LeBlanc, were you not
Watch the
excited
games, bro.
about the moves that y'all made on O-line
That
before the
that
season
that
started?
that Chiefs O line did improve.
We were hurt. We were hurt.
Hold on. What'd you say, James? What was the question?
You're talking about they wasn't blocking, but you were excited for that same O-line.
Yes, and they were hurt. Leo Collins didn't even play in the playoffs.
And he was giving up all them sacks. What was that? The second week of in the
Yeah,
season last
the
year?
O line was new. They were still trying to mesh. You act like somebody could walk out there and just block.
Then
This
no,
is a match.
there-
You gotta
there-
mesh.
There's
It's chemistry.
There's no. You're
Okay.
You're in the O
Let's
line.
see that said that.
Listen,
If-
you're in the O line. You're communicating. All right, Leo, you got him. Or if you see him,
But
if
he's
you
getting-
see him about to bump,
No,
you
no,
watch
no,
film.
no,
He
no,
about
no,
to go.
no.
Then you're
There-
gonna
there's-
look at that.
There's clips. There's clips. 1-on-1 left tackle. There's no meshing. There's 1-on-1. You're getting whooped.
You're talking about elite pass rushers.
I seen
paying him
what
elite
TJ
money.
did to him.
My thing is, you said that.
Like
look
you're
at
talking
our
about
division.
elite pass
Filthy.
rushers.
Our division is nothing but elite
You
pass
talking
rushers.
about elite
That's our
pass
division.
rushers? Hey, block
Welcome to our
5
division.
out of 10 times I'm happy. 5 out of 10 times Burrow, number one quarterback with a clean pocket in the NFL.
So you think-
96%,
so you think Joe-
96.3
So-
PFF.
What's your record against the division last year? Didn't y'all split with Cleveland last year too? Didn't Cleveland sneak one from y'all last year?
They did.
And they got better.
So you act like your team is so high and mighty, but y'all split with everybody last year.
4 losses.
In the playoff game against the
Okay.
Ravens with
4
Tyler
losses.
Huntley, y'all
Okay.
struggled, almost
4
lost that
losses.
game. And Sam Hurton and
4.
Crib a fumble, y'all would have lost that game. Like, what we talking about right now with the Bengals?
Defense win championship.
Jesse Bates is gone.
Defense win
Jesse
championship.
Bates is gone.
We lost
Nick
our best
Scott.
player.
Okay. So I'm pretty. So hold on. So you got Pitt. You got the Bengals, obviously, right?
I'm going with my Bengals.
Okay.
For the third year in a row, we're gonna win the AFC North.
All right, and
Been
Palmer.
there, that. Don't brag about
Better
that.
offense,
We don't
better
brag about that,
defense,
Pittsburgh.
better
Palmer.
special teams, better all around team than anybody
Hold
in
on,
the AFC.
hold on.
Forget the
Y'all
AFC
spell
North.
me better
In the
now. Hold
on, let him go.
AFC, the best, most accurate quarterback in the NFL.
Let him go, let him go.
Is in Cincinnati.
All right, so listen, Palmer. I didn't hear your answer. If you're not first, then you last. What changes?
What changed for us?
Yes.
Woo. Bro, this division, the way it's been played and won throughout my lifetime of ball that I've been watching is through the trenches. And we have improved drastically this offseason through the trenches. We changed up our whole linebacker crew due to us wanting to be better in the trenches. We're going back to a run stop defense. We didn't have that last year. That personnel we had with Devin Bush and
Jack.
who?
Miles Jack,
Devin Bush, and I forget my man name, 41.
Robert Spillane.
Robert
Okay.
Spillane.
So-
They weren't thumpers. They weren't run stoppers.
All right, so quick question. When y'all played the Bengals last year, the last 2 years, was TJ playing?
TJ played the first game. He won. TJ didn't play the. Did he play the second game?
No.
No. They
Okay.
got cooked.
So what do y'all have
They
to
got
do?
cooked.
What do y'all have to
they-
do?
Cooked.
Y'all played on the first game of the season.
Cooked.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Four
Masterclass.
4 picks.
He put a
4
master
picks.
cla- a
Off of an
master class.
appendix. Off of an
Master
appendix
class.
surgery. Hold on.
Master
Four
class.
picks off of an
Hold on.
appendix
Hold on.
surgery. Still
Hold on.
got to take it to
Hold on.
overtime.
What was the first play of the game?
Off of a block
What was the first play of the game? I don't remember,
Off
bro.
of a block
Can you-
kick.
can you-
They won off
can you
of
tell
a
me what the
block
first play-
kick.
What was Joe Burrow's first
They
play of the
got
season last
lucky.
year?
You know what? I'm happy for y'all. Y'all won y'all Super Bowl last year.
No,
Beating us in week
Don't
one.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm happy
Don't
for
do
y'all.
that. He tried
And
it.
if
He
that's-
tried it.
and
He
if
tried
that's-
it. He tried
and if
it.
y'all
He
want to
tried it.
settle for that mediocrity, the rest of Kenny
Pickett
Pickett
low
career,
hanging
fruit.
until y'all got
Stop.
to draft another quarterback, I'm fine with
So-
that.
so
as
what-
long as y'all
but-
not
but-
making
but
the
what-
playoffs and winning the AFC
Let me
North,
get him.
I'm happy. As long as y'all not winning the playoff, as long as y'all not winning the AFC
Mediocrity.
North and going to the playoffs, I'm happy. Y'all can beat us
Reel it
twice.
back in.
Y'all can beat us twice.
So this is my thing.
Can't wait.
They won 2 years in a row.
Right.
Okay. But what stops y'all? What do y'all have to do to stop it from being 3 years in a row? What do y'all have to do?
can't.
What do you have to do?
Defense stay healthy. Let's keep the superstars healthy.
Okay.
Kenny Pickett take the second year jump, and we beat them.
So
We beat them last year with Mitch Trubisky.
in my opinion, I mean, you already know I'm rocking with the Steelers for the pick to win the AFC North. But like I said,
But did
man,
y'all make any changes?
Yeah, we
did
made-
y'all-
we
You
made
said
changes.
you said
A
Miles.
run.
You said
We
Miles
played a
Jack. You
spread.
said who's the other? Devin Bush. What changes y'all made?
We lost them, and we added Cole Holcomb. He used to play for Washington for the
Okay.
past couple years.
Okay.
And he's a great linebacker. He can play the run, and he can run sideline to sideline. We added Eldon Roberts from Miami, and he is mainly a run stopper.
Okay.
But we added Quan Alexander, who is rangy.
Okay.
Y'all are
So-
saying a run stopping defense against a
but
team
hold
that
on,
passes
hold on,
50,
hold on,
60
but
times a
hold on,
game.
Hold on, though. We have improved everywhere else, too. We drafted well for the D-line. The D-line is getting better. As long as TJ is there, that defense is
Our
going to run like
secondary
well.
but is it-
Our secondary is better too.
But
The
is it-
second- the
something?
secondary
Is it
has
enough?
improved.
Is it enough to stop them from
Hold up.
getting number 3?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, wait. Let me ask y'all something.
Blanc, go ahead, Blanc.
Who's stopping Jamar Chase?
No one's gonna stop Jamar Chase. We know that.
Okay, who's stopping T. Higgins?
Stopping T Higgins. No one's gonna stop T Higgins. We know that.
Okay, who gonna stop Tyler Boyd in the slot?
Boom.
All right, now we're running out. A little bit. I can't
Top
stand.
three-
I
top
can't
three slot
stand
wide
when we get
receiver in the
Tyler
league.
Boyd. I have no problem with T Higgins, Jamar
Top
Chase.
3
but
slot wide receiver in the
Who
league.
cares? What has that done for
What do you
y'all?
mean?
What has that done for y'all?
Won us games.
Okay, did you win the big
Hold on.
one? Did you win the big
Three
one?
1,000 yard
What has your
receivers.
franchise never had? I need to focus on. Let's focus on something we never had.
Let's talk about right now.
What's going to change?
Let's talk about right now.
What's going to change in the division? Because like I get it. Like
All I'm
we're
It
not.
got
We're
worse.
not.
Steelers gonna be the worst team in the
we're not-
division.
we're not winning
Act
the
like
big-
Deshaun Watson had a whole offseason.
All I'm saying is to wrap this
Yeah,
this
this-
AFC
yeah.
North up is that all I'm saying is that we won against y'all last year and we hung in with y'all the second game. All I'm saying is that the first game our defense put on the show, but our offense was terrible. We didn't know who our quarterback was going to be. And all I'm saying is that we're more experienced with Kenny Pickett this year, with the offense improving and gelling together. I think it will be even more better if our defense is healthy. All I'm saying is that we forced 4 turnovers against y'all, and we didn't put no points up. Now, you give us this team now, for what I'm predicting, you turn the ball over 4 times, we are putting up more than 6 points off of 4 turnovers.
I think we're gonna be consistent, and I think we're gonna get a split.
Nah, let me touch on this real quick. I'm gonna tell you what's the difference, and I feel like by them letting Kenny Pickett play last year is gonna help him this year. I feel like the offense it was a young offense. I mean, Pittsburgh's not a terrible team of offense that you look at and say, oh, they suck. I feel like with experience, I feel like Kenny Pickett can have a Jalen Hurts experience.
Yeah, but the fans for the last couple of years and the analysts always been talking about Matt Canada. So what changes with him?
Kenny Pickett's growth.
Yeah.
The offensive playbook opens up because he's more comfortable and more experienced with the team.
And they improved on the old line.
They added Somalia.
Somalia.
They added Somalia.
So we real high on Kenny Pickett, I see.
Somalia.
It's not that.
It's not being high.
On him.
Is that in my opinion, he has no room but to improve.
Yeah, and he has done nothing that you'd be like, oh man, this guy's terrible.
LeBlanc, I'm serious time. Last year, look how he threw the ball last year versus preseason. I understand it's preseason. His arm strength, you can tell it's a difference. You can see the difference. He's throwing the ball in tighter windows now this year. All that lollipop across the middle, that's not happening no more. And granted, he don't throw interceptions like that already. So he only will get better. We're gonna get better.
All right, Blanc, I'm gonna let you say one more thing on that, and then
All
we're
I'm
gonna move on.
if I'm being serious, which I have been this whole time.
Cap.
The best thing about Pittsburgh Steelers is Najee Harris and George Pickens. I don't think Kenny Pickett is gonna be that guy moving forward.
Okay.
For y'all. Y'all are gonna have to draft the quarterback.
But what has he done for you to look at him and say he's horrible? You can't tell me you watched the Steelers game and you looked at him play and say this guy sucks.
No, he's not. He's average. Middle
So
of the road. Middle of the road. He's not gonna win them no playoff game.
How?
Just not.
Why not?
We will keep the
Not,
receipts.
not,
You see-
no, he,
Yeah,
let
we
me-
got
he's
the
not
receipts.
winning this
We got the
division.
receipts.
We got
He's
the
the worst
receipts.
quarterback in this
All right.
division.
Move forward.
So let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. All right. So we did. All right. Last division in the AFC, we got the AFC West, and I feel like that's a cakewalk. I'm going Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
What do you mean by cakewalk?
I don't think Denver puts it together yet. Even though Sean Payton is, for one, I think they was going to go into the season relying a lot on Tim Patrick before he got hurt.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? Tim Patrick has been
Receiver 3.
but he was receiver 1 when he was playing.
No, he wasn't. He had Sutton. No, he
Cortland
wasn't.
Sutton?
Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton.
He is the number 1, but Tim Patrick was playing like the number 1. What do you mean?
No, he wasn't.
I don't know about it.
Can we? What?
Tim Patrick was balling when
When Cortland Sutton first started, he was leading the league in receiving yards.
So you're saying that Tim Patrick was not balling when he was
But you can't say that. And Cortland Sutton at the beginning of the year was leading the league in receiving yards.
Tim Patrick was a big drop for them last year.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a drop, but he's not.
And now that he's hurt again, it's going to be a big drop. It's Sean Payton. And then we got to see how Javonte Williams bounce back defensively. Yeah, they played really good. They played really good last year. But I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. You got to dethrone the king, man. And I don't see nobody in that division doing it.
All right.
So this Tim Patrick thing on my mind. I can't move forward right now. Tim Patrick had 734 yards from 16 games last year, and you said he was receiver 1?
Last year, he got hurt last year. What are you talking
He's
about?
2021?
Last year was 2022.
So we haven't seen this man in 2 years.
I just said that he got hurt.
I understand that.
Okay.
He's receiver 1. But anyway.
He was playing really so
receiver
Tim,
1. Anyway, answer the question. I have Patty because
I didn't
Patty's
say
the best
no.
player in the league.
I didn't say he
He's
was
the GOAT.
See, that's crazy. I didn't say he was
Whoa.
receiver 1. I
Goat-
said he was playing like
Goat is
receiver
crazy.
1.
Huh?
Tim Patrick was playing good when he was playing.
He's not receiver 1.
I didn't say he
He
was.
said he's playing like receiver 1.
Said
I said he was
playing like it.
playing like it.
So what does that mean?
What do you mean? What does that mean? He's playing good.
All right, James, what's your pick? I'm not going to do this Tim Patrick thing today.
So yeah, I don't agree with
Because-
the cakewalk thing because, in all honesty, the Chargers are the best team in this division.
On paper, I agree with that.
And I wouldn't even say on paper. They just have this weird thing where they just do weird stuff.
They're the Dallas Cowboys of the
you
AFC.
You can't explain it, but they're gonna do something weird to cost them the game. I don't know why. They have everything they need to win.
I think a lot of that has to do with coaching, though.
Well, they got Kellen Moore now.
But that's still not Kellen
Kellen
Moore.
Moore-
thing.
Yeah,
I think
I don't.
stop it.
It's just weird. Like
I blame him more for last year than Dak.
it's like it's like the Cowboys. Like it's like something like you can't blame the coaches.
They-
like it's just something weird that like
they are the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC. They have a great team on paper. That defense is supposed to be elite with Bosa,
Screed closed.
pitch count,
Pitch count.
Derwin James.
Derwin James, JC Jackson, Sante Samuel Jr., Khalil Mack. You got Kenneth Murray still,
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams,
Keenan.
Keenan Allen,
You got the-
Austin Eckler.
The rookie now.
And yeah.
Then
and
they got a good offensive
and
line, good offensive tackle.
Johnson, they're saying he's like that.
Yeah,
That's why I don't. That AFC West defense. I mean, you got the Broncos, but outside of that,
I'm not even high on them. That defense no more either.
They lose somebody.
Bradley Chubb.
He missed. He lost in week 8 last year. They were still fine. The defense was
I
fine.
feel
It was
like
the offense was the
yeah.
problem last year.
yeah, it was just the offense. I feel like their defense is going to be fine.
The secondary is going to be fine, but I think that front seven is a big question mark because who
Browning he came on strong last year at the Bradley Chubb left.
do it again?
You're right. He had to do it again. Do it again.
Do it again. Linebackers.
They got a rookie. I know that.
But I got Chargers winning the division. I'm going with the Chargers.
Okay.
So you got the tongue on you for real?
Yes,
I'm mad at
over
that.
the Chiefs.
yes.
I'm mad.
I ain't mad, but the Chargers is the Chargers. Just remember you said that.
All I'm gonna say
I
is
understand what y'all saying. The Chargers is the Chargers, but I'm not going to say a team is going to. Y'all saying Patty's the king, but
Can we?
a lot of his wins when he advances is because the team doing some nutty stuff.
I mean, but that's not on Patrick Mahomes though.
James,
It's not on him.
James, you're relying on Mike Will and Keenan Allen to be healthy all year too. We haven't seen that in a couple years.
I mean, Keenan Allen, yeah, but Mike Will, that was a senseless injury last year. I mean, he shouldn't have been playing.
True.
But he gets hurt every year. Him and Keelan take turns getting hurt every year.
But it's not a drastic injury like he's out for the season like how it was last year.
If you miss key games, I mean, I don't think Mike Will played both games against Kansas City last year. The first game he went crazy. Second game I don't think he played. Oh, he was hurt 1 and 2.
All right.
You said both games.
Oh, who you got blown?
all right. If we're saying the Chargers are being the Chargers are probably the second worst team in the division. And they showed that on display. The wild card game against the Jaguars last year, where they blew that 30 whatever point lead,
27-0.
27-point lead to Trevor Lawrence his first time in the playoffs.
Coaching.
I say this every time. Justin Herbert is not that guy. Patrick Mahomes will win AFC West next
You
year.
don't know what you're saying. You don't know what you're saying. You
Chargers touched a playoff dirt once.
Have you ever watched a game and they always said you don't want to get caught in just running the ball, just trying to run the timeout because your offense is going to lose itself. I feel like that's what they did. They try to run the ball, run the timeout, let's get out this game while we have a big lead.
But
Bad
isn't that
coaching.
crazy? Isn't that's bad? That's real
That's
bad.
not bad. That's every team though. You don't want to come just because you're up. You don't want to play that.
Was it even halftime yet when he was?
It was like
Yeah,
halftime.
yeah.
27-0 halftime.
Halftime.
It was halftime, and why are you trying to run the ball for another whole half?
Bad
They have-
coaching.
Bad coaching.
They-
That's bad coaching.
Playoff, you cannot do that in the
They
playoff.
don't even have to run
No.
that, do that.
Cannot do
That's
that.
what I'm
That's
saying.
bad
But
coaching.
And then again, look who you're running
But you
with.
have to look, bro. You have to look when Justin Herbert's playing hurt.
Look who you're running with.
They have a rip injury.
But I understand what you're saying, but you got to look at what he has. Justin Herbert is playing hurt. Most people wouldn't be playing the injury that he had.
Don't play.
Who's the backup?
Y'all know
Who's the backup?
Y'all know
Don't
the
matter.
backup isn't winning.
It don't matter.
Y'all, it doesn't matter.
But
Brock Purdy?
it doesn't matter. You
and
don't.
you saying don't play? It's the playoffs, bro.
You don't-
put your body on the line.
You don't.
First time
Hurt his
touching
rib
playoff
early
dirt.
in the season. He recovered from his rib injury by the playoffs. We're not going to blame that game because of his rib injury.
No. We're not blaming that, but it's just that's just a deciding factor. But
You don't
but
blow
like
a
I said,
27-point
you-
lead.
that's not supposed to happen,
You don't
bro.
blow, no.
They came out the first half
Balling.
and balling, throwing the ball and doing what he's supposed to do. And they came out in the second half and was like, "Oh, Austin Eckler is our bell cow," but he's not. He's not built like that to do that. Man, it showed.
But this is the same argument y'all have about Joe Burrow. He don't know how to finish the game.
Justin Herbert can finish games.
He touched the playoff field once. Once.
No, Justin Herbert does have all the tools that quarterback.
The tool. That's okay.
He has everything you need at
That's
quarterback.
okay.
He goes point for point.
Listen,
Balls out.
listen, that don't matter if you don't make the playoffs.
Justin
What does
Herbert,
that matter?
He,
You can win.
he be in shootouts a lot. I will give. Yeah, they be in shootouts. It's the defense over there that be. Joey Bosa don't play every game. That's the issue.
The big problem.
One person.
That's the problem is
Top
Chargers.
pass rusher.
Yeah,
Our highest paid
yes.
player don't play.
Yes.
That, to be honest, that is a problem, and I think me and Dion has been talking about that offset. I mean, Joey Bosa is quote unquote getting paid like an elite pass rusher, but you look up the stats, he's been giving you average numbers: 11, 10, 12 sacks for an elite pass rusher.
Who fault?
That's not good.
Who fault is that?
His
His.
And we're
Trade him.
No, it's ownership fault.
Trade him.
Why they keep? Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
They want the
I mean,
name.
but
That's
I
what they
mean,
want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the name, whatever. I mean, but if they paying him like he's like that, he's not showing it. You give me 11 to 12 sacks, like yeah, you supposed to be elite. That's average.
Right. You think they could get something for him?
But he's getting 12.
Of course,
Yeah.
But
of
he's-
course.
But he's
Yeah.
getting,
Of course.
But when we do that, he's getting 12 off pitch counts though. He's hurt.
That sounds like a him
But
problem.
I understand what you're saying. He getting
You know my
12,
favorite
but,
saying.
But we need to put that in there. He's
You know
hurt.
my favorite saying.
He's hurt getting 12 sacks.
My
No,
best ability is
he's
availability.
He's hurt getting 12 sacks, but he's played a full season last year and has not given
I mean, but pitch counts. He's not. I mean,
a full season with Khalil Mack on the other side of him. That's supposed to help him now.
Khalil Mack just had a down year.
Yeah. All right. So, did we get your pick? Who was your
Yeah.
pick?
Patty.
Patty,
Chargers.
James, Chargers, Patty.
Mahomes.
Let's go.
I'm sorry, the
And
Chiefs.
get your pick.
Not Patrick Mahomes.
You know I gotta go with my boy Patty, man.
All
The
right.
reason I'm saying that though, I mean, like people said, you gotta dethrone the king.
Got to.
And I understand that the Chargers are a legit threat. So are the Broncos. Sean Payton being there is going to be a big help for us and everybody else in the crew. With Tim Patrick going down, yeah, there's a loss to them, but I think Cortland Sutton and Jared Judy can still get the job done. With Javonte Williams, I think they'll use him in a similar fashion how y'all used.
I mean,
Alvin
and
Kamara
they
New Orleans.
ended up getting Samaje Perine.
Samaje Perine for a good solid backup.
yeah.
But I mean, end of the day, yeah, I do got Patty because he's shown now that he doesn't have to have an elite receiver and Tyreek Hill and stuff like that to produce. But at the end of the day, the reason why I still got them because you telling me that he has one legit elite weapon and nobody yet,
The greatest tight end.
I think-
has
I think-
yet to stop it.
And I think
But-
Kadarius make a big jump this year.
He's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt right now.
Nah,
But
that's fine. It's
but
only week, I think.
they do have a young little crew coming up at receiving core. But Travis Kelce is the only threat.
But we're not going to downplay that.
No, I'm not downplaying that for Patty and them sake. I'm downplaying that for the whole division and the rest of the league.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
a hard thing. Y'all went through it years. Y'all couldn't stop Gronk. That's just something hard to do.
And then
but they had a whole team behind
I
that.
think
man.
I think
that's
the
something hard to do. A great tight end.
the Chris Jones thing is going to be real big.
Him missing
And
8
yeah.
weeks. Him missing 8 weeks
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a thing.
That's the big thing. That's
Yeah.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
So-
yeah, Chris Jones. So
Now that I think about that, would that be asterisk like the 49ers? If their best defensive player not playing, I'm going with the Chargers. But
I
I still
can't
got
go
Patty.
against Patty. I can't do it. I can't
Hey.
do it.
Patty looking like
boy, that
Brady.
defense without Chris Jones
Can't
is,
bet against
that
him.
defense without Chris Jones is bad.
Yeah.
But let's go to the awards.
All right. So hold on, Dion. I do want to say this, and I want to say this, James. I'm going to say this.
I'm
2021.
not gonna respond.
2021. Cortland Sutton had 700 yards. 700 yards. Tim Patrick had 700 yards. 5 touchdowns.
Cortland
All I'm
Sutton got hurt though, right?
No. Cortland Sutton played that year.
All
58 catches, 776 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's your first round draft pick. Tim Patrick, undrafted.
Contact
58 catches, 700 yards,
Double
5
teams?
touchdowns.
Double teams coming
What do
with
you
that.
mean? You got Jerry, you got.
Jerry was hurt.
But no, this is what I'm saying.
Jerry wasn't playing.
I'm in no way was I saying Tim Patrick is the number one, but I'm saying he's
No, I understand
playing,
that.
he's playing like it.
You're saying that when you have a good receiver, of course the other players are going to get attention.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying
But you
he's
can't
like the.
say he's playing like a number one receiver because you know the number one receiver is not going to get most of the looks
But
because everybody's focused on him.
Boy, that's what I'm saying. So now that hurts them because he went down again.
Because you'll never say that with the Bengals. You'll never say T. Higgins is playing like a number one receiver.
Yeah, it hurts them. It hurts them, but I think it's not gonna be too bad of a deal because I think with Sean Payton.
Well, Sean Payton to figure it out.
Yeah, it's
Sean
going
Payton
to
to figure it out. But he
More
said
than
it.
certain-
He said it himself. He said Tim Patrick was a big drop off. Like with him,
I
with
understand drop-off.
him
I
getting
talk about the receiver one thing. That's the only problem I have
of
with
course
this thing.
with him getting hurt.
Yeah, of course it's a big drop off. He's a part of the offense.
But
Okay, so we got the division. So
All right.
all right, so we're done with the division winners. Let's go ahead and get into these awards for the year. So I'm gonna start it off. We got the MVP award. And I'm gonna go Patrick Mahomes.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, Dion.
I originally was gonna go Patty. That I dared myself to be different because that's a very biased answer for me. So I said, I went Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts gonna win MVP. Second year in the offense with going like that, there's no step back happening.
You said Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Okay, good pick.
Wow.
James.
I'm taking my guy.
respectfully,
I'm gonna have to take him. He was MVP this year if he didn't go down.
But I'm gonna say mine, and everybody going.
So you going Jalen Hurts. So we got two Jalen Hurts, and who you got Blanc?
Joseph Lee Burrow is going to
Okay.
win
Joseph Lee Burrow.
MVP. He is the most accurate quarterback in football and will prove himself as the best quarterback
After
in
quarterbacks
football.
don't win MVPs.
He's going to prove himself as the best quarterback in football. The best
Okay.
weapons.
All right, Palmer, who you got?
Clip.
Patrick Mahomes, man. I'm going.
I don't want. I don't want to dare to be different.
I mean, regardless.
Different.
He's gonna.
He's
go
gonna
for
be. He's gonna be Patty.
4,500 that's easy for him.
Yeah.
He's going to hit that mark, regardless whoever he has. He's going to throw the ball.
We just need him to stay,
At the high clip.
Stay healthy. The nagging injuries is the stuff.
But
the
with
nagging
also
stuff.
with MVP though, taking the context, it does have a lot to do with a team record as well. So he can put up 5,000 yards, but them boys like what? Not even winning more than 12 games.
Yeah.
And I know the fact he was gonna win 12 games.
I wanted to be. I wanted to take this dude.
Oh, we'll see because they
If
got
that-
the hardest schedule in the league.
If that O line, like I said earlier, that O line was straight. I was taking Aaron Rodgers. I think he would have got number 5.
Yeah.
I think he would have got number
I
5.
took that in consideration as well, but I think Jalen Hurts gonna finish before him too. But Jalen Hurts is my second. So,
Okay.
right.
So MVP out the way. Let's go offensive player of the year. I'm gonna go Jamar Chase. I feel like he literally like distances himself in that offense this year. But he's straight, but he's good. What was his name?
For what team? Bengals.
Bengals, yeah.
Running back, quarterback,
No, receiver, other
T.
receiver.
Higgins?
T. Higgins. T. Higgins is good. I just think he really separates himself this year. And I think he'll come up with the offensive player of the year.
okay.
Well, the only thing I would say in rebuttal to yours, that means he had to have a better year than his rookie year to separate himself from T. Higgins. Like that's a lot of separation you're trying to do right there. But I respect it. My answer is Tyreek Hill. I think if Tua stays healthy, he gets 2,000. He could have got it last year, but Tua got hurt. He was on pace late in the season. Then Tua got hurt.
I'm taking Jay Jetta.
I love that pick.
Okay. Who you got, Blanc?
I gotta go with Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
What?
No
I'm
Jamar Chase?
surprised.
No
What?
Bengals.
I'm being realistic.
Oh,
I'm being realistic.
So y'all don't.
Barely,
so y'all don't.
barely,
But y'all
but-
don't think that T.J. Hawkinson and Jordan Addison takes away some of those targets? Not at all.
No,
They're-
definitely not.
They're running the same
Definitely
offense
not,
that they ran
definitely
for
not.
Cooper Cup.
Nope.
Running the
Okay.
same
Definitely.
There's
offense.
nothing changes. We don't know what Jordan Addison is going to be respectfully yet.
I
So
think it's just better upgrades. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
I mean, if he is a help, that just helps out Justin
If
Jefferson.
anything, the Vikings would have throw the ball more than they did last year because the running back
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you
more
gonna rely.
opportunity.
Captain Kirk. How do y'all feel about Captain Kirk?
He finished an MVP race last year, low key.
Yeah.
But you know how I feel about Captain Kirk. I don't
He
like
can
him.
get you to the playoffs. He ain't gonna win you no ring.
He'll get you the playoff, but you ain't win the playoff
They
game.
win the primetime game.
Right. All right,
Once
Palmer. Who
you
you
go on
got?
TV, that's it.
Yeah, I got Jay Jetta, man. I mean, they're going to just force feed him the ball. Like it doesn't matter. Like he's going to finish.
He's him.
He is him. Like yeah.
Best receiver in the league.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
hands down the best receiver in the league.
Best
but,
receiver in the league.
Yeah.
All I'm
Top
saying
3,
is,
number 3.
I wish
Okay.
a certain
Stop it.
somebody was healthy so we can get back in that conversation. But we gonna keep going on.
All right.
Oh, wait. Ooh, I forgot.
I really
about
want.
that.
We keep on going on with that.
All right. So next up, we got defensive player of the year,
Easy.
and I'm gonna go T.J. Watt
My man.
if Nick Bosa doesn't get this situation.
Well,
If Nick Bosa gets this situation with the emergence of the defensive line, it's gonna be a lot of 1-on-1s. And if Nick and I get it,
Respond.
go ahead.
Alex Highsmith, immerse of him from last year, 14 and a half.
Cameron Hayward.
Cam Hayward still there.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
And what did I help? And what did I help with TJ?
And TJ gonna go crazy.
Right.
'Cause he got a bunch of 1-on-1s.
Vice versa. I feel the same way for Nick Bosa.
So that's my.
I think they go. I think if he was to play every game this year, I think they would go neck for neck.
Hell no.
I still give TJ Watt the edge. So that's what I'm going with.
All right.
I'm going with TJ Watt.
Mm.
4 year. Last time we seen for 4 year, 22.5 sacks. Tied the record. They shitted my boy out the record, by the way. Call it a tackle for loss.
And he didn't even play a full year. He missed some games.
He missed some games that year too.
He missed like 4 games that year and
Okay.
finished with 22.
So I'm guessing. Let's go, Palmer. You going the same thing?
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. I mean, healthy TJ Watt. He is arguably the best defensive player in the league. I mean, we all know Aaron Donald is still like that. He still is the cream of the crop for a defensive lineman. Period. He was a player. Period.
Period.
But you're going.
And Terry, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but he's still top 3
Okay.
for defensive players out there.
So you're going. Okay. So we got
I'm going TJ Watt.
TJ Watt. TJ Watt. Who you going with, James?
Michael Parsons.
I'm not mad at you.
Okay.
Okay.
Blanc.
Michael Parsons. He's taking that next step this year. It's going to make him number 1.
Okay.
I like Michael Parsons because the Marcus Ware works with him, and I me being an Eagles fan, I can see it.
All right. So none of us said this. But how do y'all? And he's in your division. How do y'all feel about Myles Garrett?
He's not betting TJ Watt, and I hate the fact every year they say he betting TJ Watt, and it makes me so mad.
He is
So it makes me hate
nice.
him.
I think they bring in the intangibles,
he-
like
he-
the ranginess, the all the
he-
freakish stuff.
Yeah,
He has the eye test.
he is
Yeah.
nice, but I seen him get some comp and I wasn't impressed.
I feel like he's not a true edge rusher. That's what because don't he lines up on the right side, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's typically the strong side of the defense. So I just feel like he's not the edge rusher that people try to make him be.
Right.
He's great. I feel like he's a great run stopper. He's great at that. He is good at edge rushing too, but for them to be putting him that high,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling that.
Okay. All right. So we got that situated. Let's go offensive rookie of the year. And if they use him right, I really would have loved to see him be under Sean Payton. But if the Lions use Jahmyr Gibbs right, I think he'll win it. If they can keep Montgomery on the sideline as much as they can and play him, I think Jahmyr Gibbs win it.
The way I feel, I want it to be Jahmyr Gibbs, but I just don't. The Lions got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Bijan Robinson, after I looked at it earlier, he's in the right situation. He's going to win Rookie of the Year. Cordell's hurt. Backfield his now. He's the best player on offense. Who going to say Kyle Pitts or Drake London? I'm not feeling them. We're going Bijan Robinson.
I'm feeling Kyle Pitts for the best player on offense because like we said, he had a great year last year receiving wise. He just didn't score touchdowns. But I agree with that. I do like Bijan Robinson.
So you going Bijan too?
Yeah. He has the keys, basically. CJ Stroud, I think he can be in that conversation too. But aside of that, I mean, you got Bryce Young. I don't think he's going to do too great because the weapons are not there for him in Carolina. Who else? Anthony Richardson. If Jonathan Taylor was there, he might could have do a little something, but I think that a lot of the responsibility falls on him now. I don't think that's going to be too good for him.
Okay, James.
I'm taking Bryce Young.
Can we get some
Yeah,
context
we
on
need
that?
something.
I just feel like I feel like he was the best quarterback in the draft. Just his pocket presence. You seen it in Alabama. Like Alabama wasn't a good team. Receivers couldn't get open last year, but I just like the way he can move in the pocket. Yes, that O line can't block, but I feel like just because how he holds himself, staying in the pocket, I feel like he's gonna still be able to make plays.
So you think? So what do you think receiver wise over there though?
It's only Terrence Marshall.
It's only
They have
Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen. I mean,
I mean, it's
He's not
great,
gonna-
but it ain't great.
yeah. I mean,
So, but is it good enough for him to win offensive rookie of the year though?
They still,
My opinion.
yeah. I feel like he's gonna win because I feel like he's gonna be playing all year.
I feel like the media is. I feel like they expect him to fail, just because of the situation.
They just expect him to fail because he's short. I feel like that's the only reason.
And how he looks in the pocket, like from those preseason games, and how calm and collected
Yeah,
he
that
looks.
was-
Yeah, so he looks
With
calm. The poise he got is crazy.
That's what I'm
And he
saying.
sits there and analyzes
Yeah.
the field and makes a play. And I feel like he's going to make that wide receiver core
Yeah,
better.
he's smooth too.
Okay.
Like Butler.
Good head on
let's
his
go.
shoulder.
Let's go, Blanc. Who you got?
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we can go ahead and go defensive rookie of the year. I don't have too much of a big opinion on this, but I just picked somebody, and I went off of their college play. I think Will Anderson. I'm going to go Will Anderson under D'Amico Ryans. He don't got nothing. We know he's good. He don't got nothing to prove. But I just think the relationship between him and D'Amico Ryan is going to be good, and D'Amico Ryan is going to help him become the player that
Okay.
he can be.
I think defensive rookie of the year is between two people, unless one of these DBs have an outstanding year. Yeah, it's Jalen Carter and Will Anderson. And I'm going to go Will Anderson because Jalen Carter got a lot of people around him. Yes, he won't get the stats.
But that can benefit him in the long run, though.
That would benefit him in the long run, but I talk about for rookie of the year, I think Will Anderson is just him. I'm trying to think of that D-line right now. I can't think of no one on top of my head other than him. So he has to eat.
Yeah.
And you have to edge too.
But you're saying this, and this is going to be his first time playing D-line, full D-line.
I understand. I know.
This is new. This is a new adjustment for him.
But Jalen Carter, you got to have a rotation over there. You have a rotation over there, though.
You're saying we have a rotation.
That's why I think it's going to hurt him.
You're saying a rotation, and he's going to play more than Fletcher.
We understand that. But what Dion's trying to say that with that rotation,
If they want to keep
Will
they wanna keep-
Anderson, Will Anderson is going to be on the field more than him.
It's a rotation, but it's not a They have rotation, but it's not. It's not going to be in and out, in and
I
out.
feel like the rotation is going to keep him fresh and keep him being able to play at the best of his ability instead of just running him tired
Yeah, he's
and
not-
then rotating
I understand,
and then
I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I'm saying how we operate. If you're young and you can play, there's not going to be that in and out, in and out. Last year was in and out because Brandon Graham is older. Fletcher Cox is not what he used to be. He's old. Jordan Davis, he can't do that. Period. Who was in consistently
Son
was
Reddick.
Reddick, yeah, because he was the most consistent thing on our line. That's what I'm saying. Jalen Carter is your typical one technique, three technique, and you're gonna keep your best players in the game if they can stay in the game. That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna be a rotation that you're thinking is gonna be like.
was he rotated a lot at Georgia?
Will Anderson?
No, Jalen Carter.
No, it was him and
He-
Jordan.
Him and Jordan Davis just
Okay.
went crazy in the middle.
I got
He
you.
was a lot of 3 and outs over there.
So you got Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
All right, Blanc. Who you got?
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson. Palmer.
Yeah, I got the Bama boy, man. I think he'll be good, but it's just I think the talent is there. I do like Jalen Carter too. I think that the whole line is so talented that it will free up a lot of opportunities
Yeah.
for him
Yeah.
to put up some stats. But if you look at the history of defensive rookie of the year for the past, I ain't gonna go that far. I'm gonna say about 5 years
But
to 10.
yeah.
It's been a edge rusher.
But who did Aiden Hutchinson have last year?
Aiden Hudson won 2 years ago.
2 years. Yeah,
It was Sauce last year.
It was Sauce last year.
But who did Aiden have when he won his on his line? You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it was just by himself.
He played
By
a lot.
himself.
He played a lot of snaps.
By
Played a lot
himself.
of snaps and had okay.
But yeah, taking the context that Will Anderson being on the edge full time, it might take some adjustment. But I feel like the talent is there, and the athleticism is there.
The motor is crazy.
But a lot to
The
say about
motor
that,
is crazy.
Aiden Hutchinson, he was the best D lineman in that draft.
He was, and
He was.
He a high mortar guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was the best.
Who was the last interior D lineman to win Rookie of the Year?
What?
Quentin Williams, did he win?
I said, did he even win it?
But that's what I'm saying. What? Like you said, unless a DB goes crazy.
That's a 2-man race though. It's a 2-man race.
Unless a DB goes crazy,
It's usually edge rusher.
and if he doesn't go crazy,
I guess by default.
But yeah,
But-
I mean,
by
if
default,
Jalen Carter doesn't go
should-
crazy, then
What if Jalen Carter doing a lot of freeing up for other people? What if he's doing the freeing up, not getting the stats for it?
hey man,
That's all could happen for him.
I got a sleeper for Deep Player the rookie year, but
go ahead.
I ain't say I'm no biased with it. But
no, go ahead, please say it.
I
I hope
mean,
you're not about to say
Joey Porter?
no.
Oh, who you about to say?
Y'all saying that maybe lost my train of thought. Buddy that played for the Commanders,
Oh, the DB,
the DB, the
the
rookie
DB from
guy.
Mississippi State.
He
Yep.
fast.
Man, listen,
He is fast.
listen,
That defense,
listen.
He not even corner one over there either.
Sneaky good.
He
Because they got some guys over there in that secondary too with
Yeah.
Kendall Fuller and
Yeah.
St. Juice and
Curl over there. Cameron Curl over there, right?
Camp the strong that good safety Cameron Curl. Then you still got Forrest at the free safety. Bro, that defense can be good. I think he's a sleeper for that defensive rookie of the year, man. I like him. That's
Niggas didn't understand why he got drafted so high, but I mean, it's the
tangibles, bro.
Yes, bro.
It's that pure
rangy.
athleticism that he has that can make him good. And he doesn't have to be on their best receiver because it's probably going to be Kendall Fuller. But, I mean, Kendall Fuller does play a lot of slot, so we'll see how that goes.
He ain't got the cover long because the front seven crazy. He ain't got cover long.
We're going to say that
Emmanuel
If
Forbes.
Chase Young
Man,
can
that-
stay healthy,
Emmanuel Forbes. That's his
the
name.
front
If
seven
he can
is
stay healthy-
crazy
if they can stay healthy.
On paper,
Yeah.
right?
And he
On paper.
and he is starting.
Yeah.
He is starting the right
St.
cornerback. Yep.
St. Jude.
Him and Kendall Fuller.
St. Jude's, Kendall Fuller, and Forbes.
because
Yeah.
that's a story we're going to have to retire soon.
Yeah. If
What?
if
Soon.
That is
What
true.
story?
if Chase Young does
That's
not
awesome.
come back and get it together, we're going to have to retire that statement.
Because they're
But,
already talking about him or
Trading.
Joe Sweat. Who's staying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, respectfully, but right now, on paper, they have the best.
We was talking Chase Young this offseason, but I guess Boston
Nah,
said
we-
they're going to give 1 more year
That's
touchdown.
what I'm saying. One more year.
One more year,
It's the
but we
same.
also
Yeah.
give Alec Highsmith a bag, so
Yeah.
I know we're not moving him now. But yeah, I got Will Anderson, man.
All right. So let's move forward. We got those out the way. Let's go Super Bowl predictions. I'm gonna let y'all start this. Go ahead, Dion.
I really tried to pick different teams. I really did. But the AFC, I don't see Patty Mahomes losing the AFC like I said last year. In the NFC, it's y'all 49ers Cowboys. Dak ain't gonna do it. I don't believe in Brock Purdy enough. It's the same teams. We're gonna get it for the first time ever. Back-to-back teams, unless somebody get hurt.
True.
I feel like it's a toss up in the NFC. 3-team toss up: Dallas, Eagles, 49ers. AFC, I feel like AFC is up for grabs. That's just how I feel about the
Yeah,
AFC.
I do as well.
I said that last year.
You said what last year?
Both of y'all said the AFC upgrade last year.
It was though.
You see,
And
that's-
what I said, I stood on my point with
okay,
Patty.
I understand that, but I don't like when y'all saying it's a strong Patty. Like y'all not seeing what's going on in the game for y'all to say like.
Oh, I mean,
But he keeps doing it.
I mean, we
You're
understand that, but it's not a like I said last year. It's not a strong patty for me. I still say the AFC can be wide open. I think there's like 5 teams that can represent the AFC and the Super Bowl.
And that's why I want y'all to understand. Like that's why I don't like it's a strong
Strong year for me.
It's a strong year for me because the other teams don't prove that they can finish
How?
finish him. They can't.
So you telling me Patty don't win without that dude with that late hit out of bounds? You telling me Patty don't
No.
win?
No, he
He
doesn't
doesn't.
win.
Okay.
But he did enough to
But
stay in the
but
game.
this is my-
That's what I'm saying.
This is my thing. Okay, we all know Patty them a good team. That's why I'm gonna add them with many teams that can make it. But this is my thing. When I'm putting somebody as the clear cut, yeah, they're going. That means they're strong. Like it's hard to beat this team. Patty them can be beat.
They
The
can, but
only
it's
team that
hard.
probably can beat the AFC, like I can say, can beat them is that team over there. But they don't finish the job ever.
They don't.
They don't know how to
like,
and the Chargers could
Wait,
beat them too.
where are we getting this whole notion that we?
What
Joe
ring y'all got,
Burrow
Blanc?
can't
I'm not
finish
talking about
games?
just against Patty. I'm not talking about just against
The
Patty.
past 2 years, 3-1 against your king
Okay,
Patrick
two
Mahomes.
in the regular season.
Regular season.
One that we should have been in the AFC. We should have been Super Bowl champs right now if Joseph Osai
I don't
didn't
live by
hit
ifs, bro.
Patrick
You
Mahomes.
know this.
But-
I don't
but-
live by
Patrick
ifs.
Bucker not hitting no 57 yards.
We're not just talking about Patty right now with Joe Burrow. Super Bowl as well. Y'all had the Rams finished, and what happened with that?
Lack of offensive line, lack of protection.
And
Joe Burrow,
I'm tired of hearing that.
Jamar Chase cooked Jalen Ramsey on that last play.
So what? So
I think you had a questionable.
no. Don't make an
Play calling
don't
wasn't
don't make an
anything.
excuse. And what is it?
Offensive line.
And,
That's the
and
issue.
Orlando Brown is the solution to that offensive line.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Give
Okay.
him 0.5 more seconds
Okay.
than what he's been.
So who did you give?
Chiefs and
Chiefs.
Okay. So if I had to, you said Chiefs and who?
Eagles.
Okay. You said the same thing, James.
The AFC's up for grabs.
I'm sorry. I'm curious. What do you mean by that? Like, you think Josh Allen?
The Bills.
Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Chiefs, Bengals.
is up for grabs.
Man, be realistic though.
I'm being real.
I get it, but give us like
There's nothing. D, I'm telling you. Yes, like I said, the past with the Bengals, like that's what I'm saying. They're not. I feel like they get lucky every year in the playoffs. They played the right matchup.
Lucky.
That's good for them to beat.
okay.
Playoffs is all about
Cook
matchups.
the Bills in
Well.
the playoffs.
But I'm just saying, y'all get good matchups
I picked y'all to win that game.
that I know y'all can't like.
We knew
That's
y'all
not
was
gonna
gonna
beat
get the
y'all.
Bills.
Okay, give
Okay, we all
us
said-
give us
And I feel like, and when I say the AFC is up, I feel like Pittsburgh is one of the teams you let in. That defense is going to win them games.
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Let us do the dough.
That's why I said the AFC. I don't feel nobody's that strong to like.
There's not a dominant enough team to be like they are the clear cut
Yeah,
favorites.
like in the past in the AFC, we know it's going to be Steelers, Patriots.
But why is the Cowboys like a top 3 team for you?
Because they're dominant. A lot of us 49ers and Cowboys, we're the best in the AFC.
Like Blanc has said, and I agree with him too. They have no reason to not be contenders from the past 4 years. On paper, they have had arguably the best team on paper for a long time now, and they have come up short every single time.
And every time we keep saying stuff about on paper, it just like it doesn't pan
it's
out.
not. It's not.
But their
When we say-
talent though exceeds them 3 teams that he named exceeds everybody else in the NFC.
I get it.
That's the problem.
I get it.
By a lot.
When I say on paper, yes, that team looks good on paper, but they play like trash outside that paper.
What I'm saying
This
is
is the year they're gonna put it together.
this how I feel. I feel like we don't get a repeat of Brock Purdy. I feel like the Eagles are definitely right now, because of the team they have on paper, the clear cut favorite to make it out the NFC. I'm gonna be a little biased. I feel like we're gonna make some noise. I don't think we're gonna put it all together up front right now. We may be a playoff team. I would like to see us in the bowl, but I don't think we make it.
You don't think?
I want to say I want to say Patty. I want to say Patty, but that game early with him and Aaron Rodgers will kind of give me my
Because it's so
No,
it's so early. You should give
that's-
nothing to it.
That's what I'm saying. The
It's
AFC,
too early.
Just because of that one game, that's not going.
yeah,
to
but this
That's not gonna
this
determine-
is the
Buffalo
thing.
Bills can't stay
This is the
all-time regular
thing.
season.
This is the thing. We don't know how long Chris Jones holds out, so that's why I'm not big on Kansas City.
We don't know. He's
Right.
going to hold out until he gets paid.
Right, so that's why I'm not big on Kansas City.
Same thing
I would
49ers,
say
though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, it's kind of hard for me to choose, but I'm gonna go Eagles at the NFC, and I'm going to go the Jets out of the AFC.
Okay.
A lot of noise out the offseason. I get it, the hard knock stuff, a lot of noise, but even when they're not winning, even when they weren't winning, Aaron Rodgers just kept being him.
Who? When?
Last year?
No, I'm not just last year. I'm not
Remember,
just
this
talking.
Aaron, he's 38 now.
What does that mean?
I don't know
What does that mean?
Wasn't impressive last year to me.
But
He wasn't.
Based off his
He
last year
wasn't.
performance at 37,
He
he's
wasn't.
a year older with a worse O line than he had last year.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of stuff that come with it. There's a lot of stuff that comes with a lot of teams.
But with the talent around him, I see why that's a reasonable pick. I ain't mad at it.
It's a lot of stuff that comes with a lot of teams. Like, the only clear cut team that doesn't have a problem in the NFL with me right now is the Eagles. They have everything they need so far.
But this is what I'm saying. You can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't say the Eagles without saying the Cowboys.
Nobody here is sold on Dak. And that's the biggest part of the offense. That's the biggest, not even just the offense. That's the biggest part of the team
I
right now.
understand what you're saying, but like they said, in them playoffs, defense is a huge factor.
That was defense. Every game they lost, from recent memory, the defense did enough.
Yeah,
It's the offense.
right.
It just he's one read away.
But that's what I'm
Quarterback
saying.
draws on-
But it's
with no timeouts.
it's consistent one read away. Last year you one read away. The year before you one read away. Like, how many times is that going to be the situation?
That's
Until they
why
replace
traded
him.
for Trey Lance.
Yeah.
They're saying that this year you do some stuff like that again.
Because once
We
get
have somebody
paid,
here that's going to replace you.
taking up all this money in our roster spot. We can't pay nobody. We just had to argue with Zach Martin about his money. We finally
Yeah.
paid him.
Yeah.
And the tackle just got paid.
Okay. Blanc, what you got?
Cincinnati and Dallas.
Cincinnati and Dallas.
Okay.
Cincinnati winning Super Bowl.
All right. Palmer, who you got?
I think I'm gonna go Philly again. Like I said, most complete team in the NFL. I mean, yeah, they lost some key acquisitions like T.J. Edwards and Somalio, but I think that they added more talent to kind of overshadow that on the offensive side of the ball and defense throughout the draft. So I think they'll be back in the Super Bowl unless something catastrophic happens to somebody. God forbid. But in the AFC, I have no pick. I think the same way, like there's no clear cut. Yeah, Patty is arguably the best player.
The favorite.
He is the best player in, you could say, in the NFL or whatever. But I think that with Chris Jones not being there is going to play a big factor because that defense runs through him.
Mm-hmm.
They lost Frank Clark, who is one of the edge rushers.
And it's still,
but they
still
don't-
playing.
They replaced him with Calafis.
The dude from Purdue.
Same production.
Yeah.
Just same production. And then they also got this other dude on the edge that's young and coming up. He produced last year, but I mean, without Chris Jones, you can't replace that production. You can't
there's no
replace
replacing
that
that.
dominance. So I think that's going to become a big factor. And that young receiving core, we're going to see how that pans out.
It's the
But,
DBs for me.
It's the same DBs from last year.
Same
Yeah.
DBs from last year. They
was rookies last year. They better than-
They played solid. They stood their ground.
They played good.
Yeah, they stood their
played
ground
good.
against Jamar Chase and them. Boy, I mean, yeah, Jamar Chase and them boy had a good game and stuff like that, but
They ain't
Key
impact that game.
stops.
They ain't
Yeah.
impact that
Key-
game the way they were supposed to.
key stops with what happened with them. But
We didn't
I
feel
mean-
the Jamar Chase effect.
I mean, but yeah, like you got
Right or wrong.
Offensive line.
yeah, but
Zero
you got
blocking.
but you got several teams that can compete. The Chiefs, Chargers, the Jets, Miami.
Broncos.
Y'all
Cincinnati.
really don't like the
Cincinnati.
Bills. I don't. I mean, I don't.
No.
I said the Bills win the division.
No, I mean, yeah. Respectfully, Josh Allen boy can still ball, but that comes to an end when you see a certain matchup. I think everybody has their number now with that Stephon and Josh Allen junk. I mean, and if you're gonna run him still like crazy, then hopefully injury does not come with that.
It's not even that.
Tiring
Hey,
him out.
we get a shocker with that tight end switch. I think Dawson Knox lost his spot. I think.
I'm not shocked.
I think Buddy from Utah is. I think he got it.
No, he's like that. Him
Yeah.
and the
Not
boy from
shocked.
Ohio State, Laporta.
Yeah, I think.
They're good, but yeah, I didn't think he's not going to play, but he's still going to get some burn. But yeah, the AFC's up for grabs. I don't got a clear cut prediction for them.
I got you. All right. So with the seasons coming up this week, we're gonna go ahead and make our week 1 predictions. Starting with
Hold on. Cut. It's about to get like 2 hours. Well, I guess we can make the
I mean,
predictions.
Let's try our best not to argue picks. Let's just get through them.
Yeah.
All right.
And whatever part in the podcast we really don't care to have, we can just replace it with that.
I mean, what part?
Well, I mean, we'll keep everything.
I love everything.
Yeah, we're gonna keep everything, but,
But,
all
but
right.
come on, let's
We can't just drag this part out because
Yeah.
we're gonna get into 2.5,
Or you could just
3
focus on
hours.
The key games.
Okay.
I mean, the games that's trash. Just say a name and keep it pushing.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. So with the NFL season starting this upcoming Thursday, let's make our week 1 predictions. I'll start with the Lions and Chiefs games on Thursday night. Who y'all got?
I got
Dion.
Chiefs.
James.
I got Chiefs.
I'm going for the Lions, but Chiefs probably gonna win.
Bummer.
Chiefs.
I would like to see the Lions compete, but I'm gonna go Chiefs.
That's cute. That one to compete.
All right, let's go Texans Ravens. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm going with the Ravens.
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 Baltimore.
Baltimore. Okay, cool. Next up, we got Panthers and Falcons. I'm gonna go Falcons. I'm going Atlanta. Yeah, I'm going Atlanta.
Who's home?
I believe Atlanta is home.
I'm going Atlanta.
I'm going Panthers.
Going Panthers.
Panthers.
I'm going Atlanta.
Going Atlanta. Okay. Next up, we got Jaguars Colts. I'm going the Jags.
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 Jacksonville.
Okay. All right, we got next up we got Tennessee at the Saints. I'm going with my boys. I'm going with the Saints.
I'm going Saints.
Ooh, I got Tennessee.
Yeah, I think Tennessee's gonna win that.
I got the Saints.
Okay. Next up we got the Eagles at the Patriots. I'm gonna go Eagles.
I got I got Patriots. I mean, not Patriots. I got Eagles. I'm
About to say,
sorry. I'm
you
sorry.
don't believe that.
I'm sorry.
We about to go into Foxborough on Brady night. It's gonna get ugly.
That is Brady night.
Ugly.
Yeah, Eagles.
Philly.
All right. We got Dolphins at Chargers. I am going to go with the Chargers.
Damn, that's how we coming.
So far gonna be crazy.
So I wanted to go to that game too. Chargers.
Say, I got Chargers.
I got Miami. Healthy.
What? Ramsey's
Two.
not playing.
He's not
Healthy
playing.
too.
Ramsey's not playing.
Jalen Waddle.
You think Howard's gonna guard Mike
Tyreek
Hill?
Hill.
You think Howard's gonna guard? All right, go ahead.
Who's guarding Keaton?
Dolphins winning.
Oh man.
I got the Dolphins as well.
All right.
I'm feeling.
Let's
Close
go Sunday night. We got Cowboys at Giants. I'm going with the Cowboys.
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 Giants.
You just
Giants.
He's picking
Saquon
What?
Barkley he just signed a deal.
That
One year.
that's gonna be a good game.
That
I got-
game's gonna be a blowout.
I'm
That's
gonna come
gonna be a
back.
blowout like
I'm gonna
always.
come back to this.
It ain't gonna be no blowout.
That game's
but,
been a blowout for the
I'ma
last
come back to
3
this.
years.
But I
It's not
got
gonna be a blowout.
It's been blowout the last 3 years. It's been a blowout the last 3 years.
back to this one.
I got the
Okay.
Cowboys.
Get the Cowboys.
All right.
All right, let's go. We got Bengals Browns. I'm going Bengals. I want to see Deshaun do good. I really want to see Deshaun do good, but I'm going Bengals.
You lucky I like Joe Burrow more than I like Deshaun Watson. So I'm gonna go Cincinnati.
I'm going Brown.
Cincinnati, man. Cincinnati.
I mean, the Browns are the Browns. But no, I got Cincinnati though.
All right. Buccaneers Vikings. Buccaneers at the Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings.
I'm going with Kurt and the crew.
I'm going Buccaneers.
Vikings.
I got JJ and the crew.
All right. We got the Cardinals at the Commanders. Sam Howell. I'm going with the Commanders.
Sam Howell going to start the season undefeated.
Yes, sir.
I'm going with Commanders.
Washington. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Commanders.
All right. We got the 49ers at the Steelers.
My terrible towel.
No Nick Bosa.
Where's
Man. I'm going with the Steelers.
Here we
I'm
go,
going with the
Steve.
Steelers.
Oh man.
I'm going Steelers.
Gotta go Steelers, man.
Ooh, I thought
You gotta go.
about to hate this.
Will you like elaborate?
Is that the first one everybody agreed on? Is that the first one everybody agreed on?
You don't have.
No.
You don't have like 3.
The Texans
Okay.
game. Texans game.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
the
going with
Commanders
Steelers.
game.
And I really wanted to go to this game, but we going anyways.
All right.
Nick Bosa still won't go.
Raiders Broncos. Sean Payton debut with the Broncos. I'm going with the Broncos.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
I'm going Broncos.
Broncos, yeah.
Broncos.
All right. We got Rams at Seahawks. I'm going with Seattle.
Turn me up, Gino.
Yes, sir.
Seattle.
Seattle.
Ooh, no Cooper Cup. Seattle.
Is he not playing?
No.
Not for the first couple weeks, right?
Who drafted him in our fantasy?
I did.
Oh, he's hurt.
No, I knew he, but I didn't. I knew he was questionable. That's fine.
No,
It's all right.
we out.
That's fine.
That's a hammy.
All right, we're going Packers Bears. I'm going with Justin Fields and the boys.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm going Justin Fields and the boys. I'm not a big DJ Moore fan. I don't know why that junk look good over there.
I'm going Green Bay.
like that
I'm going
jump.
Green Bay.
Whatever.
What looks good?
Him and DJ Moore?
Whatever. Go ahead.
What did you see?
Pick. Go ahead, pick.
I'm going Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Y'all seen a good enough amount of film on Jordan Love? But that's all right, though. I mean, I'm going Chicago. Y'all know how I feel about my boy Justin Fields.
Okay.
What have we seen on Justin Fields besides him running?
It was working, ain't he?
Right. I'm confused.
Did they not have the first pick in the draft?
My goodness.
Bears.
Did I not just watch them have the first pick in the draft?
No, they traded that.
They traded for it.
They traded for it.
Believe so.
They won 3 games last year, didn't
Yeah, but the stats improved for him. The play improved for him going towards that last year. I mean,
What improved?
him playing better. Them.
Passing the ball
That doesn't matter. What he's doing is working. What?
is working. We seen it with Lamar for the past 3 years. Obviously, what he's doing isn't working.
Bro, it worked. Did it not work?
What worked?
I mean, y'all defining work by it looked better. It still didn't result in wins, but it looked better.
Hey, clip
that's
it now.
That's the only thing I was saying.
Clip it now. The Chicago Bears go to the playoffs. Clip that.
I can't wait for them to have like the bottom 5 pick in the draft again.
Clip that. We're gonna come back to this and
Right.
he's balling.
Hey.
But we done do. That's all right.
I'm not low on Justin Fields like how James is, but
He don't like that
high
Buckeye.
who is
He's
either.
not allowed to. He's not allowed to.
Right.
not allowed
What's
to.
the next game we got?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the game of the week. We got, if the Cowboys Giants not it, but we got Bills at the Jets
Monday night.
Monday
football.
night.
I actually have the Jets winning this game because Von Miller is not playing.
Yeah, me too. I got the Jets playing. I got the Jets winning. And they home? Them Jets fans about to be
New York about to be
crazy. Yes, sir. James?
I'm going with the Bills with the upset.
The Bills struggled with them last year.
Bills.
I got the Jets.
Yes, sir. Okay. So we got all our week 1 predictions. Let's go ahead and anybody got anything they want to say before we end this episode?
I feel like DB's got no love this episode. So, Joey Porter Jr., I'm excited to watch you this season. That's all I got to say about Pittsburgh for real.
You got anything you want to say, James, before we close out?
No, we good.
Blanc?
Just want to say Joe Burrow's winning MVP this year. Just want to put that on film just so we can come back to it.
Palmer?
Ooh, this Joey B junk gonna kill me. But good episode, man.
All right.
That's how me and James feel about Justin Fields.
Last thing I want to say before we close out is make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all follow us on the social medias. And we coming.
We coming.
We coming. Shout out to Dion and the boys, man, at Colorado.
Until next time, folks. Goodbye.